Welcome back. 118 points is what the Nifty has got, 17,952. Dilip, thank you very much for staying with us. Dilip, of course, of Prabhudas Sridhar. Let's welcome in somebody to talk to us about what's happening on the specialty chemical space, the entire chemical space, which is doing very well, actually. So, we got Deepak Nitrite, which is up 6%. Just some of these names. Navin Fluorine. Deepak Nitrite, of course, is, coming off very, very sort of oversold kind of levels. Navin Fluorine, no such problems. I think it's pretty close to or at a new high. Navin Fluorine, that is 46.23. There is India Glycols, which is up about 5.5%. Atul Limited is up about 3.5%. Bodil Chemicals is up 3.5%. Aarti Industries is up almost a full 3%. And so on and so forth. And there are smaller names like Vishnu Chemicals, etc., which have done very well recently, but are up just about 1%. Balaji Amines, for example, is another one which went up 5% on a Friday. It's up Thursday or Friday, and it's up another 1.5% right now. Rohan Gupta is joining us. He's Director Institutional Equities at Edelweiss Securities. Rohan, good to have you with us here. Thank you very much. Are there any specific triggers here, or is this just rotation that we've seen? Some sector gets ignored and then comes back into rotation when, I guess, markets or market participants run out of ideas elsewhere. What's going on?
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. Yes, you are right a little bit that yes, this sector has been slightly ignored in last 1.5 months when overall market rally, if you see that from almost 15,000 to 18,000 in Nifty, the sector hasn't participated much. However, the specialty chemical has been a buzzword from last 3 to 4 years, and the stock has been doing very well. There have been definitely many drivers. All those drivers still remain intact with the China plus one, and in the current scenario, what we're talking about, the energy crisis which Europe is facing, that is further structurally positive for all the chemical sector. So yes, you are right that the stocks are buzzing, and I think that more of the action which we are seeing right now in the late participation of these stocks, not any very specific sector update which has emerged in last, I will say 1 week, but yes, the stocks are participating.
Okay, all right. Hi, Rohan. Good to speak to you. After a while, we're catching up. At one point of time, it seems some of these stocks ran ahead of themselves. Then they paused. As you said, they were ignored for a bit. Now, from this juncture onwards, what's your top buy call, which has a bit of support? I don't know whether you could call any of these stocks valuation support because some of them have really run up. But what's your top pick from the space?
So Nigel, you are absolutely right, and good to see you also after a very long time. So yes, there has been some rally in the chemical stock, then there has been some pause for some time. And when you are buying these stocks on a sectoral high multiple, you are always doubtful whether you should buy those stocks or those high multiple or not. So definitely that story of the chemical, though it is structurally positive, people have been doubting on time to time, and that's what has also led to pause in this sector. You are right that some of the chemical names and some of the chemical stocks are trading all-time high multiple, and the valuations are crazy across the sector. But I think it's a growth visibility which one should focus on rather than the valuation. If you ask me, I'm structurally positive for the sector for next 5 years to 10 years, and that is also getting reflected in all these companies' capex plans. So if you hear SRF, Aarti, Gujarat Fluoro, Aarti Industry, everyone, all these companies are talking about a very aggressive capex plans, which is almost 3x of the size of last 5 years they have spent. So there is a huge growth opportunity. Yes, still some stocks are still trading at an attractive valuation, like Deepak Nitrite, Jubilant Ingrevia, Anupam Rasayan. Some of these names are trading at an attractive valuations, including Aarti Industries. Some of the names are trading at a high multiple, like Navin Fluorine, SRF, PI Industry, specialty chemical name like Fine Organics and all. So some names are trading at a very high multiple, but yes, people are just factoring and just positive on a growth opportunity. So my pick from here, definitely I'm positive on entire sector. Deepak Nitrite, Jubilant Ingrevia, Galaxy Surfactants, Aarti Industries, these will be few names where I'll be more comfortable on the valuation front also.
Is it a specific chemistry skill set which would matter? Is it bulk versus very specialized chemicals? I mean, how does one kind of analyze these companies, or how are you doing it? I mean, you named 4 names for us. Or is it just, you track the entire sector, of course, so maybe valuations are more attractive here with the names you mentioned?
Exactly. Exactly, you are right. That rather than focusing on any particular specific chemistry, I'll be focused more on the entire specialty chemical basket. All these companies, irrespective of the chemical chemistry or the customer set or the user industry, all these companies have a huge growth opportunity. That's what I'm betting on. That's what I say, that there has been favorable or positive development has been happening, including very recent of Europe. I think that a Europe energy crisis is going to have a significant impact on a global chemical industry. We are talking about China plus one. I think that Europe in a short term can be a major disruptor, which will benefit many of the players, including Deepak Nitrite and many fluoro players, and many of the agrochemical suppliers like PI Industries and SRF are going to see the benefit of that. So I'm not very particular about a particular chemistry. However, yes, fluorination as an space is an interesting space, offers a huge opportunity, and players like SRF, Navin Fluorine, Gujarat Fluoro, all these players have benefited from that. But I think that one should not focus much on the chemical chemistry and focus on evaluations. And I think that the story here in chemical should be that stay invested in good companies and remain there for a longer period of time rather than getting in and out on the from the jumping from the one company to other.
It's good hearing your thoughts, Rohan. I think the short point that you're making is, the pathway is pretty much clear. It's a longer runway is what you believe. There's a bit of a, tailwind that's playing out. It could be structural in nature. So hold on to some of these stocks that you mentioned with a longer time frame. In the short term, well, things could move around. Thanks so much for joining in, Rohan, and giving us your quick thoughts.